Welcome to today's deep dive. We have a really fun mission today. We are exploring a very special magical story from our sources.
Yeah, we are. And, it's about a dragon.
Right, but I want to be clear right away if you're listening, this is not a scary dragon
Uh,
at all.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
He's actually a very silly, very sneezy dragon.
Yes. So, okay, before we meet him, let's set the scene. Close your eyes and just imagine this place called Daisy Valley.
Oh, it's beautiful. The source describes it as this bright, perfectly peaceful place.
Exactly. Like imagine a soft green hill, and everywhere you look, as far as you can see, it's just this giant sea of bright white and yellow flowers.
Millions of daisies just, waving gently in the wind.
Right. So now I want you to imagine dropping a massive dragon into the middle of all those delicate flowers.
Which usually sounds like a terrible idea.
Right. I mean, normally dragons take a huge breath and breathe out hot, roaring fire, like a giant campfire.
But our dragon, his name is Dizzle. And Dizzle has a very different, very funny problem.
He really does.
Yeah.
So what exactly is Dizzle's problem? Let's dive right into the valley and find out.
Well, the big reveal here is that Dizzle doesn't breathe fire at all.
Sure.
He sneezes flowers.
He sneezes them. Like, okay, picture this. You're watching Dizzle walk down the path, right? And suddenly, his giant snout twitches. His eyes squeeze shut. He takes this huge, gasping breath, like,
Yeah, E-Age.
yes. And then, P-oo.
A giant burst of crisp white daisies just shoots directly into the air.
It's literally like a confetti cannon going off. Thousands of flowers blasting up and raining down everywhere.
And as you can imagine, the valley's reaction to this is, well, it's pure chaos.
Oh, total chaos. The story says the local bunnies jump straight up in the air in a panic.
Yeah, the birds flutter frantically away into the trees.
And suddenly the whole valley turns into this flying flower parade, and poor Dizzle, he just sniffles and sighs.
He's miserable about it. He actually tells the animals, I don't mean to do it. I just can't stop.
But wait, let me just ask you this, because, flowers are pretty.
They are.
So why is this a problem? I mean, isn't a flying flower parade a good thing? It sounds kind of awesome.
It does sound fun at first, but the sneezes are really getting out of hand. The problem is that literally everything is getting buried.
Oh, right, because there are just so many of them.
Exactly. The text points out that the walking paths get completely covered in a thick carpet of petals.
Right, so the animals can't even get around.
Yep. And the clear river gets blocked up with this huge dam of daisies, and, even the picnic tables are completely buried.
Okay, yeah, I see it now. Having a few flowers is nice, but when everything is totally buried, nobody can actually live normally.
Right. It just stops being a functioning home for everyone.
So Dizzle is sad, and the valley is just a complete mess. Who in the world is going to help Dizzle stop this endless flower parade?
Well, that's where we meet Mila.
Oh, I love Mila.
She's great. She's this young girl who lives nearby, and she decides, you know what, we need to help Dizzle.
And she doesn't just yell at him to stop, which is cool. She acts like a detective.
She totally does. He uses careful observation.
Right, so she watches Dizzle closely to figure out the clues, and she notices this very specific pattern.
Yeah, she watches him walk through a patch of flowers,
Mm-hmm.
and then she sees his nose twitch,
Right, the warning sign.
and his eyes squint, and then ACHO. More daisies explode everywhere.
So she puts the clues together and gives him a diagnosis. She uses this big scientific word. She tells him he has allergies.
And Dizzle's response is basically, Eller what?
Huh. Exactly. So for you listening, if you're wondering what Mila means, how would you explain allergies?
Well, it's actually pretty simple. Sometimes tiny, tiny little particles like pollen.
Which is just flower dust, right?
Yeah, exactly. Flower dust. Sometimes that pollen floats in the air and gets into a nose, and it tickles it,
Oh, so the body thinks it's a bug or something?
basically.
Yeah.
The body thinks this harmless dust is a big problem, so it tries to blow it out to keep the body safe, and that big blowout is a sneeze.
Okay, wait, let's unpack this for a second. This is so funny.
Oh,
The cycle he's in, so the flowers in the valley make dust that makes him sneeze, right?
right.
And because he's a magical dragon, his sneezes make more flowers.
Yes.
It's like a giant, endless sneeze loop. He sneezes flowers, which make him sneeze more flowers.
It really is an infinite loop. But now that Mila knows exactly why Dizzle is sneezing, they can actually figure out how to break that loop.
Right. So what is her strategy?
Well, she tells him that since the pollen is the trigger, he just needs to avoid getting too much of it in his nose.
Okay, makes sense. But how does he do that in a valley full of flowers?
She gives him a tool, A very simple tool, actually. It's just a large, soft cloth.
Oh, like a bandana or a scarf.
Exactly. And she tells him to try covering his big dragon nose with it when he's walking through the flower fields.
Oh, man. This story makes this part so suspenseful.
It really builds the tension.
Yeah, so Dizzle takes this cloth, right, and he wraps it really carefully around his snout. And then he steps right into the thickest patch of daisies.
And you're just waiting for the explosion.
Right. His nose twitches just a tiny, tiny little bit.
No sneezy.
No sneezing. He cheers, and Mila cheers because it actually worked. The cloth caught the dust.
It did. It acted like a perfect shield. But, Mila doesn't stop there. She gives him a whole 3-step management plan to remember.
Right, because just having the cloth isn't quite enough. What are the 3 steps again?
Okay, so when he feels a sneeze coming on, step 1 is step away from the heavy pollen areas.
Okay, move away from the trigger. Got it.
Step 2, cover his nose with the soft cloth.
Use the shield.
And step 3, take slow, calm breaths.
Okay, wait, I have a question about that last one.
Yeah.
Why the slow, calm breaths? Wouldn't the cloth just be enough by itself?
That's a great question. So breathing slowly actually helps calm his entire body down?
Oh, because he's probably panicking that he's about to blast daisies everywhere.
Exactly. When you panic, your body tenses up, which makes the sneeze build up even stronger.
That makes total sense.
Yeah, so taking those slow breaths sends a signal to his body saying, hey, we're okay, relax. It shows that managing our bodies sometimes takes a few different steps working together.
Wow. I love that. So he has his magic cloth and he has his breathing steps. Is Daisy Valley completely sneeze-free forever after that?
Well, actually, no.
No.
No, but that's okay. The story tells us that the valley does become neat and peaceful again.
Right. The paths are clear. The river is flowing.
Yep. But sometimes, just sometimes, despite the cloth and the breathing, Dizzle still lets out a tiny sneeze.
Oh, like a little ah.
Exactly. Just a
Yeah.
tiny little puff of daisies that floats gently through the air.
And how do the animals react to that? Do they panic again?
Not at all. Nobody's upset. The animals actually laugh.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, and Mila smiles and says, that one's okay. And Dizzle just grins and calls it a little flower fun.
Here's where it gets really interesting to me. Dizzle didn't have to be perfect.
No, not at all.
It's kind of like when you try to keep your room perfectly clean,
Oh, yeah. Good luck with that.
Right. You put away your books, you organize your toys, but sometimes a few stray toys still end up on the floor.
Which is totally normal.
Exactly, and that's okay. As long as the whole room isn't totally buried, a couple toys are fine. Just like a couple small sneezes are fine for Dizzle.
It's all about management, not perfection. And because of that, Dizzle actually gets a brand new title in the valley.
Oh, that's right. People used to call him a problem dragon.
Yeah, but not anymore. Now he is proudly known as the dragon who learned to manage his sneezes.
The dragon who learned to manage his sneezes. I love that. What a wonderful adventure.
It really is a great story.
So let's just think about everything we learned from Dizzle and Mila today. For you listening, remember that Dizzle had this really tricky problem with his daisy sneezes.
He felt totally out of control.
But by stopping and observing carefully, like Mila the detective, they figured it out.
Right? They learned about the pollen, and they used simple tools like a soft cloth and calm breaths to manage it.
And the big takeaway here is that it's completely okay to ask for help when your body is doing something frustrating.
Absolutely. You don't have to figure it out all by yourself.
Well, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a really fun question to think about, or maybe talk about with your parents.
Oh, I like this one.
Yeah. Okay, so if you were a magical dragon with allergies, what kind of silly, non-fire thing would you sneeze into the air?
Oh, man.
And more importantly, how would you build a tool to help manage it?
I mean, if it were me, I think I would sneeze giant piles of crunchy autumn leaves.
Oh, that would be so loud.
It would. But I definitely need to invent like a heavy-duty leaf filter for my nose.
A leaf filter, I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us on our deep dive today.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us.
Have fun imagining your dragon sneezes, and we will see you next time.